Hey, what is up, guys? Chris Roder back here with another episode of the Daily Dose. Guys, today what I want to talk about is how you can't hack your way past the learning curve.
Hey, what is up, guys?
I hear myself.
Chris Roder back here with another episode of.
All right, so today, guys, what I want to talk about is how you can't hack your way past the learning curve. So I've been getting a lot of like DMs lately about like why isn't this working for me? Why this, why that, things like that. And it's fine, right? I was that way one time too, so I totally understand. But guys, today what I want to talk about is the learning curve. And how you can't just kind of hack or do, certain things to get past it. You can shorten it. You can shorten the learning curve, but you cannot bypass it. I see so many people trying to bypass it. And one thing I see a lot of is when they're given like a proven path, for example, like our negotiation scripts or something. This was very apparent on a coaching call a little while back for me. So I had a client who was like, Chris, I literally cannot close any deals right now. Coming from my Facebook ads, and this was probably a month ago now. Anyway, we hopped on a call, and because we had a scheduled call anyway, but I hopped on the call and I was going through the messages and I was like, bro, do you notice what's going on here? And he's like, yeah, I can't close anybody. I'm like, you aren't following the script, like at all. Like there's no script following going on here. And he's like, well, I mean, I didn't really like the way the script was what was. And I was like, okay, so tell you what, you just got a lead in. It's a 14 Pro Max. Let me see if I can close it real quick. So I went through and I followed the script, and two messages later, closed the deal immediately for about $120 in profit. And he was just like, oh, I was like, look, the path has already been laid. It's already there. You just have to like follow it. You shouldn't be trying to create your own path when there's already been one created, right? The only time that I would recommend creating your own path is, once you're past like 10 grand in profit a month. Because let's be real, the thing that scaling is, a lot of people don't define scaling very well. Scaling is simply doing the fundamentals with more volume. That's all it is. So still doing the number of reach outs a day, but you're doing more reach outs a day. Still getting leads from paid ads, but you're spending more to get more leads. Doing Google ads, doing Google My Business, doing this, doing that, doing the things that are necessary to make the thing move, right? Scaling is simply doing the fundamentals with more volume. Remember that. Write that down because that's all it is. A lot of people just don't get that and they want to and hey, I have this too. So I want to create my own path, right? I have a program. I have Recelerator. I'm very proud of it. And I've created my own kind of way, like a scheduled meetup model. I get a lot of hate on that model because people are like, yeah, but you're going to lose deals left and right, and be like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I made more money because of it because I was meeting three people at a time. Like I'd rather meet three people at a time than run around town and meet three people. That's a giant waste of time, in my opinion. It works for me. Okay, like it doesn't have to work for you. You over time, you will find something that works best for you. And it may not be that. It may not be my way. It may not be Aaron's way. It may not be Matt's way. It doesn't. I don't. But over time, you have to learn your own way. However, you have to go through a specific, or you have to go through some sort of learning curve from somebody who's done it before you, or you're going to spend a whole lot of time watching YouTube videos just like this one that are going to take you forever to put the pieces together. So here's a quick like thing, and this is a testament to David Kosciuszko's program, which is how I got into this business. So I watched all of his YouTube videos, all of them, right? And I still did crap wrong. Still did it wrong, right? And the reason I found that I was doing it wrong was simply because I had it out of order. Like a lot of the videos were out of order. I would get a nugget here, I would get a nugget there, and then I would implement this and then implement that, but nothing was ever in order, right? Whenever I bought his program, though, everything was in order. Like it was step by step, right? You know what happened? I hit $10,000 a month later in sales with about $3,500 in profit. 1 month later. And the month before that, I had been refunding an iPhone X before I got my money back. Like that $800 mistake back then could have been avoided if I would have just, sucked up my own pride. And yeah, so what I'm trying to say here is the learning curve is always going to be there. There are tools and things that will shorten it for you, but you still have to learn the things that need to be known to make the business work. All right. So I hope this is kind of eye-opening for everybody. If it's not, okay, that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. I just come on these daily doses for the most part to share my own inner thoughts, I guess, that, might be a little harsh, but it's more of a dose of reality because I think a lot of people have a very skewed view of reality these days. Like, for example, like a lot of people, despite how much I say it, this is not a get rich quick business. This is not a quit your job next month business. While there are people that do that, that is not how I promote anything. And we still somehow get people, inside of Recelerator and Resell Deck and thinking those things are the keys to bypass the knowledge that they still have to learn to win, right? So, yeah, to kind of end this daily dose today, guys, as a reseller, as a phone flipper, go out, get the knowledge, right? And once you get the knowledge, you can start taking things up a notch, right? But when you have the knowledge, I would recommend following the path that the person who gives you that knowledge offers, right? With that being said, I want to end this with a way that I learn and how I internalize learning easily. So Hormozi and you guys will hear me quote Hormozi a lot. He talks a lot about how it takes 20 hours to become proficient at something. And I internalize that a lot, right? The mastery comes after the first 20 hours. So whenever I don't understand something very well, like now my first instinct is like, all right, well, I obviously just haven't put my 20 hours in yet to learn this, right? The mastery comes after those 20 hours. And then another way that I actually like to visualize my learning experience, and that way I can kind of not bypass, but shorten the learning curve, is I like to view learning as the neural pathways that are being created, like almost like a highway, right? Over time how highways have just grown lane by lane by lane by lane, right? That's kind of how I view learning, because when you learn something, a neural pathway is created. That way it can be remembered. And the more you use that neural pathway, the larger it grows, right? And that's all the brain is, like just billions and trillions of neural pathways. So if you can internalize like learning and stuff like that in like a visual way, it'll help you a lot with the learning curve. I do got a couple of questions in the comments. Do you have any good screen buyback sites? I don't do any repairs, Mike. Sorry, dude. So I have no idea. All I do is buybacks for devices. But anyway, guys, this has been an episode of the Daily Dose. Hope you guys are crushing it. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. And remember, we got a podcast coming up tomorrow, Friday. It's gonna be super, super cool. We'll be dropping that probably around 12 o'clock. It will be live inside of my Facebook group if you want to join that. And then next week, April 15th through the 19th, we have our 5-day phone flipping marketing challenge. If you guys want to check that out as well, it's going to be freaking awesome. Showing you guys how to get like 100 conversations started your first week. I think it's going to be pretty cool. With that being said, guys, you